on Canyons News, more pain at the pump. We hear local reactions to rising gas prices. We meet one woman defying
It's not even summer as motorists are jam-packed on the 5 freeway. And at the pump, locals are frustrated.
The gas prices, they're putting the squeeze on us.
With gas and food prices soaring throughout LA County and here in the Santa Clarita Valley, local residents are feeling the pinch in their wallets even before summer vacation begins.
It's impacted the way we plan our trips, not only vacations, but just normal errands around the city.
Lars Larson, traveling down from Sonoma and heading home to San Diego, says planning and budgeting ahead cuts down on food costs while traveling.
A lot of times we'll go to a grocery store and buy, like right now we have food in the car. We bought bagels, peanut butter, nuts, things to eat on the road.
I don't know when he's going to end up. I asked those people.
Mohammed Hossein has worked for 30 years at this mobile station on Lyons Avenue. He says even fewer residents are filling up with gasoline and turning to electric vehicles.
They're changing their buying power from gas to the electric. So demographically, we are not having, we are losing our volume.
The dramatic decrease in residents coming to this mobile gas station in Valencia has many employees here worried, especially Mohammed.
Last 5-6 years, or if I see all the volume in last 10 years, is declining.
$60 or so to fill up the car, now it's costing $100. And you do that, 2 times a week. That's insane.
For Canyons News, I'm Eric Berkeley.
Warmer temperatures this season means we're nearing wildfire season. A group of volunteers at the Angeles Forest are not only weeding fire hazards, but reviving groves and native plants. Here's Martin Fan with more on which weed to look out for.
Summer 2023 was recorded to be the hottest summer in the last 2,000 years. With El Nino storms this past season, invasive plants could overtake native species, giving way to potential fire hazards within the Santa Clarita Valley. You may have heard how native plants require periodic burning, but those spans range from 30 to 50 years for purposes of reintroducing native animals to a local ecosystem.
Because it's older, we have some natural recruitment. That's what all these little young guys are. And so, as we walk through, we try our best not to step on them, but it gets hard.
The abundance of mustard plants in Chaparral Forest becomes the perfect kindling year-round. Not only that, mustard plants can release toxins into the soil that prevent other native plants from taking hold.
Root system injects a chemical into the ground, and it affects the mycorrhizome, so the underground network of mycelium and plants that sort of hold the plant system together. And so mustard is usually a fire follower, or was originally planted by the as part of the missions coming through here, but it dries out really quickly when it gets hot, and it's very flammable.
So a lot of our focus here is on taking out invasive species and putting in native species. And even when we put in native species, it takes them a while to get established, to get competitive with those invasive species. So even a few years later, we sometimes have to go in and take out more invasive species. Keep doing some care so that we're taking care of those plants long term. Watering and weeding only.
For Canyons News, I'm Martin Fan.
Last October, the city of Santa Clarita was pleased to announce the opening of the exercise stairs expansion as part of a Central Park plan. With spring coming to a close and summer approaching, Kristen Sukich provides the steps to keeping it cool.
With summer just around the corner, many are looking to enjoy the sunshine outdoors. Santa Clarita's Central Park has been a longtime city favorite, and with its open fields and different sporting areas, a recent expansion has introduced the brand new 172-step exercise staircase, and local residents have brought it upon themselves to take the next step to stay in shape.
It's intimidating. It's a lot of stairs. It definitely, the first time I did, I could only do one. And then, one full, it's one up, down for one, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, and now I'm able to do 10 pretty easily. But yes, it's good for your health. It keeps you young. As long as you stay hydrated, you should be fine. But I've actually lost about 20 pounds in the last 60 days.
The stairs were open to the public this past October, and per the city of Santa Clarita, it has received positive engagement, ranging from an average 3,500 uses a day to sometimes as high as 6,000. And once you reach the top of these stairs, you are greeted with these beautiful American flags and rewarded with this fantastic view of Central Park. It goes without saying that you should engage in such physical activity safely, not with just the workout stairs, but with everything you do under the hot sun. Some promoted safety measures from the CDC are staying in shaded areas, taking breaks whenever possible, and of course, taking that most important step in preserving your health in the heat is keeping yourself hydrated. If you have plans to come out to the park to exercise during the summer, officials recommend that you come out during the morning and early evening hours. At the top of the Central Park stairs in Santa Clarita, for Canyons News, I'm Christian Sukich.
New waves are being made in an industry not many people would expect to find a female face. One woman is pumping the brakes on stereotypes. Laughter isn't the only thing this 23-year-old apprentice at Porsche Santa Clarita enjoys. Cars, however, sing the tune.
I actually started liking cars at a very young age, but I wasn't allowed to like cars. And right before COVID, I got my GTI. I realized I liked learning how to work on cars, and then I was like, well, I can make this like a career.
Katie didn't always dream of becoming a mechanic, but rather a race car driver. That dream is still in the future, but for now, Katie dives into the work of fixing automobiles.
A 134.
Okay.
I get a 134.
Perfect is one way to describe Katie's lifestyle. In an unexpected turn of events, Katie applied to Porsche dealers on a whim, expecting nothing of it. But instead, the perfect timing gave her the opportunity to become an apprentice. And now, pulling engines and working on electrical vehicles is a huge learning curve for this young apprentice.
So everybody here is like super supportive. I was worried about that when I first came in, but like no, everybody is so supportive and it's like a big family here. Put that in there.
Couldn't have made this any more difficult, huh?
Difficulties are what Katie has faced as a female mechanic. She often posts on social media to share her journey about cars. However, not many people have been positive.
Especially online and social media, I get a lot of hate. Not really much in person, but like on social media I get a lot of hate telling me to like get back in the kitchen and whatnot and like that kind of stuff.
Negative comments don't stop Katie from chasing her dream. Her platform stands as an inspiration to young girls who are racing after the same goal.
What I would tell anybody, like any girl, like if I can do it, you can do it. But I think if you're passionate about something, just go for it and just try your best to do whatever you want to do, and it should work out.
I'm Maya Paragas for Canyons News. And now, here's Terry Collier with What's Trending.
Thanks, Maya. Here's a look at important stories trending around the globe and here at home. So according to Mexican government, the heat-related howler monkey deaths have risen to 157. The heat stroke deaths have been attributed to factors like record heat, drought, forest fires, and officials say these factors deprive the monkeys of water, shade, and the fruit that they eat. The government is asking locals to help by placing bowls of water for the monkeys and the other wildlife. California Highway Patrol officers arrested a Simi Valley man for a DUI in a fatal Memorial Day weekend crash that claimed the life of a 34-year-old Newhall man. Investigating officers reported that the suspect crashed into a motorist that was stopped behind a big rig, causing the death of a passenger in the car. The holiday weekend, which is one of the busiest times for commuters, is also a maximum enforcement period for the CHP. On a lighter note, the Kevin McAllister childhood home in the movie Home Alone was a hit. Home Alone has hit the market for over $5 million. The Christmas classic starred a young boy forced to fend for himself after his family accidentally leaves him at home during the holiday season. The home is located in Winnetka, Illinois, and is now an opportunity for someone to own a piece of iconic American pop culture. I'm Terry Collier, and for more stories in and around Santa Clarita Valley, you could check us out at canyonnews.com. All right, Maya, back to you.
A new student center has been among the top of colleges' wish lists for quite some time. But with consistent delays of construction, what's in store for this new building? We go to Canyons News reporter Meg Hall to find out.
It's one of the most important buildings on campus. Students are found in the Student Center daily, whether it's for the variety of campus services, the cafeteria, or even to pass some free time. But plans to remodel the building have been up in the air for some time, and campus officials are looking to expand the entire center.
What our hope is for the Student Center right now is to turn it more into a student union. So the student union would have of course, our Student Health and Wellness Center that's currently in there, but redesigned to be a lot more functional for our students to be able to utilize.
The delay is a result of waiting on approval from the state to start construction. But it has also allowed for officials to rethink their original plans, as they've noticed changes in student behavior since coming back from COVID.
What we thought we knew coming out of COVID isn't coming into fruition, right? We're all utilizing our spaces differently. We thought everybody would be coming back to campus, and we'd have more and more in-person classes, whereas we're seeing a lot of students are still enrolling online. So do we still need the space that we had planned for in there? So we're kind of looking at that too. Do we need more lounge areas than we do need structural space?
Whether it's adding more lounge space or accessible technology for online classes, student needs are priority, and campus officials are urging to hear what students have to say.
You can always contact me directly. If there's a service that you use and you feel more comfortable being able to be in that service and let them know, we'd love any feedback we could get from our students anytime.
For Canyons News, I'm Meg Hall.
The Santa Clarita Art Association held its Faces art exhibit for the third weekend in a row. Reporter Xander Grable takes us beyond the canvas.
The Santa Clarita Artists Association has been holding its Faces art exhibit for the past 3 weekends. Artists from all over the valley are welcome to submit their artwork to be featured in the SCAA's exhibit. But the Faces exhibit is just a little taste of talent that the building on the corner of Main and 6th Street holds.
The SCAA showcases artists, young, beginning, mature, experienced, by making it visible. We have our gallery, which we change out every 4 to 6 weeks, and all the members are able to submit.
For this specific 5-week exhibit, artists were encouraged to create unique faces through the use of acrylic, collage, oil, photography, and watercolor.
I love painting faces. I find it very interesting, and nature. I always introduce, animals, flowers, stuff like that. Yeah.
Through the use of putting their ideas on canvas, these artists are able to not only showcase their talents, but teach new and upcoming artists.
I'd like young artists to know that it's okay to learn the rules and then break them. Then you create your own style.
Not only do these experienced painters teach new artists, but they also welcome them to join the association with open arms.
We try to support anyone, painters, sculptors, photographers, any medium, really. So we are very friendly and very welcoming.
The Faces exhibit will remain open on the weekends until June 2nd. The Rhythm and Soul Showcase will begin on June 20th. For Canyons News, I'm Xander Grable.
Months of preparation has been taking place while Southern California athletes prepare for a Dragon Boat Festival at Castaic Lake later this week. Here's Terry Collier with more.
The beautiful, tranquil water at Castaic Lake is serene and peaceful, but soon it will be stirring with activity. Winning is not the ultimate goal for many of these paddlers. Some have a different purpose. Sometimes a race is not just a race.
If you're deaf, how scary is that to get in the water? If you're blind, how scary is that to get in the water? But to entrust folks, your teammates, and to learn the stroke, to learn the techniques, and then to get on the water and to trust one another, that's huge.
The Dragon's mythical power symbolizes the strength of these paddlers. The LA Pink Dragons is another very unique team.
It's fun, it's camaraderie. The thing that's unique about our team is that our median age is 64. We're all breast cancer survivors. We may not win, we may not come in first, but we hold our own. And that's the point of the Pink Dragon.
Dragon boat racing is now the fastest growing water sport in the world because of its team building benefits, including for children.
That's how it is. It attracts people from different ages, different genders, it's for everybody.
The number of women drawn to dragon boat racing has skyrocketed.
Well, I'm kind of a rebel myself.
Referencing the name of her team, the Long Beach Rebels.
We're willing to do the things that most women aren't willing to do or are afraid to do, and we're just going to go out there and make boys cry. That's our tagline.
The sport of dragon boat racing will bring so many people together from so many different ages. They'll all be here at Castaic Lake at the Dragon Boat Festival.
And it's just great for people to come and enjoy nature, and sometimes you can bring your kids and your parents come together, and what sport is it that they both sit in the same boat? It's just really awesome.
Reporting for Canyons News, this is Terry Mitchell-Collier.
Thanks, Terry. The race begins this Saturday at 8 a.m. There are so many creative individuals throughout Santa Clarita, especially among 4 COC students. Canyons News reporter Emily Viramontes has more.
1, 2, 3, 4. From high school friends to weekly practices in a garage chasing their dreams to become known outside of Santa Clarita, Third Room has been doing its best to make this dream come true. Good run. Multiple days a week, a Saugus neighborhood can hear guitar strumming and drums banging as Third Room pieces together their own songs or learn new covers. Only together for over a year, a fateful introduction in early March 2023 brought them together to do something they really love.
The band first started out back in high school when our high school was doing a talent rally. One of my friends came up to me and he introduced me to Marcus, the drummer, and from there, and I also knew Roman, the bassist, and from there we kind of just played in the backyard and we submitted videos, and since then we've been together and creating music and doing what we love.
Third Room's persona is an alternative indie rock band who is inspired by many similar bands.
Definitely for the band, we're pretty much into like indie, kind of alternative rockish kind of stuff. So Khruangbin is a really big influence, as well as Arctic Monkeys and Backstreet Lovers as well.
Working off of a laptop and creating many DIYs to make their music, Third Room members could not be happier pursuing this dream together. They are so glad to make music together and hopefully for a long while.
Our writing process and creating music is definitely easy right now. We just seem to have a lot of ideas for songs, and we're all really talented, so it's kind of easy for us to just hear something for the first time and then just throw something new onto it.
The goal for the band is for sure is to sell out venues, obviously perform, get our name out there. My goal personally is to reach people, make them happy, they could put it on the radio, we could hear our songs on the radio.
This was a look at how a small band works together and what a typical practice would look like. They hope and plan to release a lot of songs on various platforms coming soon. For Canyons News, I'm Emily Viramontes.
And finally, for years, SCV residents have made a trip to Lombardi Ranch a tradition. But 6 years ago, the owners of the longtime pumpkin patch decided to just open for a few days around Halloween. But if you still want to scratch that Lombardi itch year-round, Flora Putney introduces us to a fun alternative.
Welcome to Gilchrist Farm, a peaceful place in the heart of the Bucket Canyon countryside. For years, this space has been a refuge for those seeking disconnection and connection with nature. Whether you're a child or an adult, Gilchrist Farms offer an authentic experience where time seems to slow down and worries fade away. Let's discover together its history and its timeless beauty.
I'm Monica Gilchrist. I am the owner of Gilchrist Farm. We've been in business since 2016. I started doing summer camp, which is still a huge passion. We added a pumpkin patch, egg hunts, a full holiday event. We have an equestrian program year-round.
Many volunteers of different age are there and flourish in this relaxing environment where families disconnect from everyday life.
She is super cute and she has to be one of the best bunnies ever.
I'm always very happy to show up here and just hang out in the outdoors and just teach people how to do this.
The goal of the Gilchrist Farm is to form a deep connection between man and nature. The owner of the farm offers events every week, like today with the shearing of the sheep, originating from a cultural heritage among the farmers. She shared her passion with us.
Gilchrist Farm is a really special place where we can connect children with nature. They can meet animals of all different types, and in today's fast-paced, technology-oriented community, it's a place to get dirty, to have fun, and to learn about the connection between animals and nature and our own personal lives.
This farm brings together a lot of activity, from axe throwing to tractor rides, creating artisanal candles, cow milking, gold mining. The Gilchrist Farms has a lot to offer.
That's why I'm so passionate about it here. It is that connection of people to nature, people to animals, and the whole connection into our daily lives.
This peaceful farm allows you to disconnect and spend unique moments with your family, but will be able to see the beautiful history and what life is like at Gilchrist Farm. For Canyon News, it was Flora Penier.
And that does it for this edition of Canyons News. I'm Maya Paragas. Remember, you can catch us on the web at canyonsnews.com. You can also send us news, tips, and stories ideas at our Twitter handle, canyonsnews_COC. And follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Have a good night, everybody.